Hi everyone, welcome to Tournament Talks. I'm Christy Halbert. This is a recap of Day 7 of the Paris Games. Sessions 18 and 19 took the ring. Let's get to some of the highlights. In the first session, Alyssa Mendoza, the 125-pound boxer from Idaho, looked genuinely happy as she made her way to the ring. Her opponent from Brazil was 28, an orthodox boxer, and a few inches taller. Alyssa is 20 years old and a southpaw. She's got a very nice international style, and this is her second match of this Games. Round 1, Alyssa immediately started pressing the action. Both boxers were throwing at the same time, and Alyssa was often first and last in their exchanges. The boxers stayed at mid and long range, and they were very busy, taking turns being first to initiate. They're both landing and missing, and both were getting in some strong shots. The judges have to watch both boxers at the same time, and this is a match where they are doing a lot of work to keep track of what they see. The judges in this tournament are liking the boxers who move forward, and although the Brazilian is throwing more variety, Alyssa's shots seem more effective. The judges score 3-2 for Brazil. Round 2 also started fast. The boxers were at longer range, and the straight crosses are clear to see when they land. There were lots of jabs as each boxer looked for opportunities to work her way in. Both of these boxers like throwing combinations. The reach of Brazil was starting to become effective in round 2. It was a better round for Brazil, but the judges scored it 3-2 for Alyssa. So going into round 3, it's all tied. One judge for Alyssa, one for the Brazilian, and the other 3 are tied. Round 3 is a good start for both boxers, both leading, both effectively countering. They are trading at mid and long range, and now it all comes down to timing. Alyssa does well when she initiates, but with a minute remaining, she goes to the perimeter of the ring. The Brazilian seems to think she's won the round. Alyssa looks a little bit unsure. All judges scored the last round for the Brazilian, and the winner on points, a split decision of 4-1, is for Brazil. She advances to the medal rounds. A disappointment for Alyssa, but she represented the U.S. in the Olympic Games, and we're proud of her for sure. In men's 51 kilogram action, France's Benaman boxed Cuba's Clauer Fizz in an exciting match that had the crowd on their feet numerous times. It was an orthodox versus southpaw matchup. Lots of swinging for broke by both boxers, non-stop action. The French boxer seemed to come on stronger through the match, and he won his bout on a split decision and earned his place in the medal rounds. In the second session of the day, session 19, an interesting match between China and Colombia in the women's featherweight division. At 57 kilograms, these boxers were quick, but could also throw with power. On my scorecard, the Colombian won it, but judges awarded China the bout 3-2. Another bout at women's 57 kilogram matched a taller Kazakhstan boxer against a dynamic Puerto Rican. It was a battle of southpaws. The Puerto Rican knocked down her opponent in round 1, but 2 of the judges still gave the round to Kazakhstan. The Puerto Rican stayed on the pressure, at times landing full combinations. Puerto Rico won the match by unanimous decision to advance to the quarterfinals. In men's action, at 80 kilograms, that's 176 pounds, Arlen Lopez Cardona from Cuba continued his quest for a second Olympic gold medal. He took on a taller, up-and-comer from Uzbekistan. Judges scored the match 3-2, 3-2, and 2-3 for a final score of 3-2 in favor of the Cuban, and his dream of a second gold stays alive into the semifinals. For those watching at home, I'd like to clarify one of the rules. On this level, the most common fouls in boxing are leading with the head, holding, wrestling, hitting on the back of the head. A referee can issue a caution or a warning for infractions of the rules. A caution is a sort of reprimand to the boxer. Sometimes these cautions are soft cautions. In that case, the referee won't even stop the action. Instead, they just use their voice to say something like, "Red, no holding." If the boxer continues to foul, the referee might give a harder caution by way of stopping the action to get the boxer's attention, point to them, use a hand signal, and give the verbal caution. If the boxer continues to foul, the referee can issue a warning. A warning means 1 point will be deducted from the boxer's round score. The referee sends the other boxer to a neutral corner, points to the offender, tells them the foul, holds their thumb up to indicate a point deduction, and then gives the command to box for action to resume. And if you've been following at home, you also know that the referees always use English to give their commands. Stop, box, break, they count, and they also give the cautions and warnings in English. Let's see what's coming up for Team USA tomorrow, Saturday, August 3rd. Our two remaining boxers in the tournament take to the ring. Omari Jones is up in the first session. Omari faces Bulgaria in the men's 71 kilogram division. And Jamal Harvey at 57 kilograms will be the first boxer in the second session of the day, taking on an opponent from Kyrgyzstan. These are quarterfinal matches tomorrow, so wins tomorrow put Omari and Jamal in the medal rounds. Lots more bouts coming up tomorrow in 2 sessions in 5 weight categories: men's 57, men's 71, women's 50, women's 66, and women's 60 kilograms. Enjoy the tournament.